Hey, hey, Leo. Happy May. Excited to see you. Excited to read for you. It's been a while. So let's see. What's the story for you? Wow. It's because Spirit's ready to tell. What's the story for you in May? My Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising people. What do they need to know, Spirit, for their highest good in the month of May? What is the story? They're just like, we have answers. What do they need to know, Spirit? The past, the present, the effects of the past and present, and the future that they are creating. And how can Leo best move among these characters, energies, pitfalls, possibilities for their highest good to achieve the greatest love, joy, creativity, fulfillment that they can experience in the next few weeks? Spirit, it is May 2019. What's the story? What's the story for Leo? Leo, 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 Leo. 2 more. That's what I'm hearing. All right. You got it. You got it, Spirit. Okay. Leo in the month of May. What do you need to know, Leo? Leo, Leo. What's the story? Home and family. Big theme around home, family, tradition. Some of you may even be, I know this is big, Leo, some of you may respectively, this is going to sound strange, be getting married or divorced this month, enhancing the family unit. See, you've got some beautiful cards. 10 of Pentacles, right at the center. This is where you begin. Secure, strong, protected. Very much, again, it's the family unit. It's the legacy. What are you building? What are you creating for the people that will go beyond you? Whether that's your literal children or what trees are you planting that you will never sit in the shade of, as they say, Leo? What are you planting, creating, leaving for the world beyond you? I feel some of you are in quite a spiritual, very, this is the phrase they're giving me, there's like a spiritual revision happening for a lot of you Leos. That sounds really heavy. Let me explain. It feels like there's epiphanies. It feels like there are very beneficial breaks in the pattern. Like, I have been feeling a little, this is what's coming up in your past, okay? 4 of Pentacles, a little boxed in, a little bit like, oh, and that's kind of the feeling that they're giving me, like a little claustrophobic, a little bit like whether you feel hampered and like hindered by finances not feeling like there are enough, which is what they're saying for some of you. And remember, of course, Leo, these aren't one-on-one readings. They're general readings, so there are going to be some messages that resonate more than others and some which may not resonate at all. And just take it that if something doesn't resonate or ring any bells for you, that is probably for some other Leo and it's not for you to worry about. So for some of you, the constriction was money. For some of you, the constriction is, it's like, I don't see how I'm going to break through this glass ceiling. Like, maybe you're stuck in a job, maybe you're stuck in were stuck in like a home situation where it was just like, this isn't doing it, I'm boxed in. That's what it feels like, boxed in. And I feel a lot of you either this month are pondering doing this, or you are already doing this, where you are walking away from something that you put a lot of love and time and energy into that ultimately wasn't going to work out for you, and there's a celebration around that. Even if it may feel like a sacrifice in the moment, you have the Hanged Man hanging over your reading, and the Hanged Man is a card of sacrifice. The Hanged Man is, okay, I surrender. But it's not surrender, I give up. It's I surrender, life keeps throwing this at me, or life keeps kind of hanging me upside down because it wants me to see things in a new way. Fine. What is it that I'm meant to understand from this? What is it that this moment is showing me? Be open to it, Leo. You have the Hanged Man hovering over the top, and it's connected with that card below, the Four of Swords, where the guy you can see is literally meditating. He's literally waiting for that epiphany, that vision. And the Hanged Man makes me think of Odin, who hung himself from the world tree and exchanged one eye for psychic sight, sight with a capital S. So a little sacrifice can lead to a big upgrade. A little adjustment can lead to a huge new understanding. Some of you, this is how they're putting it, may be doing things like, you know what, I'm willing to make a little less money to have a lot more passion for what I'm doing. Or you know what, I'm willing to drop a few hours at work, and therefore, again, maybe I make a little less money because I really want to be putting my time into this. Or maybe I stop putting so much of my money into this thing over here and I actually move it over here because I want to create a little bit of a change. Things that felt boxed in before, let me move things around. That's what that Two of Pentacles sitting in your future is talking about. And for those of you who are leaving something behind, taking a leap of faith, they're giving me this to me a couple different ways. Some of you, like I said, maybe like leaving partnerships or even like getting divorces, which is pretty heavy, but whatever it is that you are leaving, take the time that you need, okay, Leo? So for those of you who like that might be giving you anxiety, like, oh, maybe I've been thinking about leaving this thing, but I haven't left. Oh God, does this mean I'm gonna leave it? Does this mean it's a foregone conclusion? No. Leo, you're a strong soul anyway, but I'm just gonna tell you, just in case you didn't know, your free will is everything. Getting a reading, like, is a wonderful, it's like getting a weather forecast. Like, oh, it's gonna rain tomorrow, let me bring my umbrella. You can bring an umbrella. Or you might wake up tomorrow and you know what, it's a little cloudy and a little drizzly, but it's not a full-on thunderstorm, and like, you have the most effect on your life. Spirit's always going to tell you, here's what we see coming for you that is for your highest good, but you can always, you know, whether it's square your shoulders and stand up for something, or dig your heels in and keep doing something that you know maybe isn't working for you, but you're not done yet. There's no judgment from Spirit. There's only unconditional love and unconditional assistance, okay? But what they're telling me is, take the time to know with a capital K when you're ready to leave this thing behind. What are you willing to give up for a better life? That's kind of what they're telling me. And it's what are you willing to give up? It's not like, hey, like, there goes your relationship, or hey, there goes your job, or hey, there goes whatever. It's your choice. They keep highlighting that. But some of you basically know that you've been sitting on a choice that you needed to make. And it feels like it's coming. Like, it's coming to be time. But don't let that rush you, because if you don't know with a capital K, then you're not going to be ready to make the move. That even if you made the move, then you might regret it, and you might backpedal, and da-da-da-da-da. So just wait until you really know. Is it yes? Is it no? And then make that call. You're safe. You've got time. Like I said, strong spiritual component to this. Some of you, Leo, you've got a big heart. You rule the heart astrologically. And you have this beautiful, like, wonderful card, Four of Wands, where you find yourself. Happy home, happy partnership, good times, maybe even like I said, for some of you, like wedding, celebration, some kind of party, some kind of ceremony. And as warm and as giving as you are, you need to be sure, Leo, that you never put yourself into a position where you feel like, oh, where's mine? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, Leos, that some of you have been there where you're giving and giving and giving to somebody or to something, and then you feel, oh my God, like either maybe they didn't even say thank you, maybe the one time you needed something, they were like, oh no, I'm sorry, that's a lot that you're asking, or whatever, and you're just like, wow. I kind of want to tell you to let that go. I don't mean you have to let the friendship go or whatever person or situation that this is with. I mean that if you're going to give something, give it. And if you're going to give something and you do want something back from it, either you need to make that explicit or you need to not give it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not judging you, Leo. I have Leo rising, actually, so far be it from me to judge any of this, because these are some energies working in my life right now, apparently, as well. But that's what I'm kind of hearing, is if it's going to put you in a difficult position, don't do it. Like, don't lend your last $10. Don't give your last few hours of your energy, even though you know that you had to go home and do your homework or clean your house or whatever, and now you're going to go home and wake up tomorrow in filth, or wake up tomorrow and be in a rush to finish your own thing because you were helping somebody else out or whatever. I love you, Leo, and sometimes you want to be the hero and the good guy and the star, and don't overextend yourself to do that, okay? It's funny. This is how Spirit is putting this to me. It's very like, very Uncle Ben, but with a slight remix. They're saying, with great wisdom comes great responsibility. So for some of you Leos, you're going to have that epiphany or that moment, judgment. You know, Gabriel blowing the horn, wall falling down, dead rising from the grave. Those that were dead on their feet, those that had their eyes closed suddenly awakened. And awakening can be a little bit of a struggle, shocking, uncomfortable, vulnerable kind of process. But ultimately it leaves you awake. And that's a good thing. You've got a teacher somewhere nearby, and for some of you, this is a literal spiritual teacher. For some of you, this is an organization like a church, a temple. They're, okay, like Spirit is even saying like Alcoholics Anonymous, like, or any kind of group like that. This is about an organization that is protecting you, that offers you structure and rules. So for those of you that are like, I don't go to church and I don't go to AA and I don't really have a group or a teacher, this may be something that either finds you this month, or if you've been thinking, well, where is it? I have been wanting some assistance. As you seek, so shall you find. Okay? So if you've been waiting on a little spiritual guidance, go to church, or go get a reading, or go meditate. Do whatever it is that for you brings you in contact with like your spiritual truth, your spiritual wisdom. Your intuition is getting an upgrade. High Priestess is showing up in the future on the other side of this little adjustment that you're making. Letting go of what you don't need so that you can make room for more of what you want. The High Priestess is always an indicator that's like, be calm, watch, wait. New information is coming. Between the Four of Swords, the Hanged Man, the High Priestess, and the Hierophant, yes, like spiritual and otherwise, there is wisdom and information coming to you that is going to help you make adjustments and make new decisions and decide what it is that you want to keep investing in and what it is that you want to leave behind. And ultimately, you will feel wiser. And for some of you, when they said, great wisdom brings great responsibility, it might be like, damn, now I'm awake. I can't pretend to be asleep about this. Now I'm awake that this relationship isn't working. Or now I'm awake that I don't believe in this anymore and therefore I can't do it. Now I'm awake that that habit that I was doing is kind of destroying my life and I've really got to give it up if I want to have what I want in the future. These are all the things that they're saying, Leo. This is big stuff, but this is good stuff. It's like they said, awakening can be a little uncomfortable. It's like waking up in the morning like, no, but being asleep, I'm so warm, I'm so comfy. Like, it's so relaxing. I don't have to do much. And once you're awake, all of this is coming at you, but once you're awake, also, there's music and art and love and fun and the gamut. Wake up. Wake up. Open your eyes, Leo. Open with new eyes, basically. Hanged Man, you're getting that psychic sight. Open up. You will be taken care of. You will be supported. You do have a community, a family, people on your side, a wise teacher, a wise organization. Tap them. Tap them and trust yourself and be willing to release that which you don't need to make room for more of what you want. Beautiful clarion call, Leo. I'm very excited to see what this means for you. We're already well into May, so if you've got stories, questions, comments about how this is resonating or not for you, I would love to hear from you. And I want to just take a moment to say thank you for being here, Leo. I really appreciate you coming back and watching this. I know it's been a little while, but for those of you who don't know, I work 2 jobs and I do this in between, so it's a little hard sometimes to balance it all, but I promise that when I'm not doing it, I'm always like, oh no, I gotta get these videos up for these. Like, I love you guys and I want you to have these and I love doing it. So just want to say thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and if I don't see you in next week's Magic Monday video, then I hope I see you next month. Bye-bye.